Okay, so we're going to run through the Overwatch 2 patch notes here. We got SSERAFIM, Overwatch 2 limited time event, Concert Clash, a 3v3 capture the flag mode set in a K-pop themed Busan. Play as Diva, Kiriko, Tracer, Brigitte, and Sombra. Deck down SSERAF inspired. Okay, so I don't know if that means that it's character specific and you can only play as them, or if that means that those are just the only people who are getting the skins. Because they've known to do both. But okay, compete over tickets and capture objectives, turn them in and score points. Begins tomorrow at 11 a.m. Endorsement level decay has been reworked. Okay. So now you're not getting as much of a punishment from playing with your friends or grouping up with people. That's nice. They take that into consideration if people can endorse you before it adds to your decay percentage. Interesting. Okay, challenges added legendary, mythic, and ultimate player title challenges. All right. Progression, victory pose now shows your progression level instead of the hero level. Okay, so at the end of the game, instead of showing that the last hero that you were playing, I'm not sure if it'll show your highest progression level hero or if it shows whoever you played most during the game, but all options for so now text chat is set to auto off, voice chat is set to on. I don't know if that means if it's turned off from auto join that I'm not sure if that means that it'll then just put them into match chat or team chat or not. But it does say that they're putting emphasis on ping system, which most people don't even use. So I hope that it becomes more prevalent. All right, on to the hero updates. Developer comments, this balance patch is largely focused on widening the window of time players have during combat between some impactful cooldowns such as Bastion's reconfiguration, Cassidy's grenade, and many of the support utilities. Diva. Fusion cannons. Movement speed penalty reduced from 40% to 30%. Micro missiles. Projectile speed increased from 40 to 50. Those are two nice buffs on Diva. I'm not mad at it because she was hard pressed to get in there sometimes and take out a lot of the players that she needs to for that role at the moment. And honestly, a lot of people are just relying on Doomfist to do that. So let's see what happened to him. Minimum wall stun duration decreased from 0.25 to 0.15. Maximum wall duration 0.75 to 0.6. So stun duration decreased across the board. That is super nice playing against Doomfist. That brings him back down to earth a little bit. He's going to be much more situational than he has been. Winston, Tesla Cannon's secondary fire range increased from 30 to 40. It's pretty minuscule. Winston's still pretty unplayable right now, but that does give him a little bit of extra range. Bastion configuration assault cooldown increased from 10 to 12 seconds. Weapon spread increased 10%. Those are huge nerfs to Bastion, and a lot of us love to see it. I'm not going to lie. That is definitely going to tear up a lot of people's tier list going into the season where a lot of people had Bastion floating in the ass. I'm interested to see where that comes back down to. Cassidy, magnetic grenade cooldown increased from 10 to 12 seconds. All right. So slight nerf to Cass. I mean, 20% ain't nothing to scoff at. That's a while. Those 2 seconds can seem like nothing, but it pulls you from using it right when it's ready to having to time it out a little bit more. May, anathematic blaster. 40% to 30%. Okay. That's 25. That's a pretty big nerf to May. That's going to make her primary fire a lot less consistently useful than it was there for a while. I get it, though. May is slightly overperforming. She's become a little bit overpowered, so. Sombra, ultimate cost decreased 10%. That's not surprising after the rework that they just rolled out. Symmetra, base shield health reduced from 125 to 100. Total 2. Okay. That's also seems incremental, but with how little health she has and how her character, I mean, they're right. She is a little bit more dangerous at long range now with that buff, but that's definitely a hit to her HP. She's going to be a little bit more strategic when she's in close now. Widowmaker, Widow's Kiss, unscoped shots to reach maximum spread increase from 3 to 7. Okay. So you're not popping off like the auto shots. Infrared sight, ultimate cost reduced 10%. It's nothing too crazy. Widowmaker's still pretty weak right now. I don't think that that's going to ultimately change it too much. All right, now we're moving on down to the support. We have Ana, Bionic Grenade, cooldown increase from 10 to 12 seconds. Like we were saying about Cassidy, 2 seconds, 20% it's not nothing. And especially with Ana, where the Bionic Grenade is arguably the most important part of her kit and one of the best abilities in the game, that's quite a lot. So that's an interesting nerf. Baptiste, Immortality Field, health decreased 150 to 125, cooldown increased from 23 to 25 seconds. So that's a straight Immortality Field nerf. That's a pretty decent one at that. I see them soon just making it a lot weaker and bringing down the cooldown to about half that. Making it something that's not quite as, that's just used for more for ultimates. Polari, overall damage. Solar Rifle, primary fire projectile size reduced from 0.1 to 0.05 meters. So they are making her shots half the size from the Solar Rifle. Interesting. Healing Pylon, base health reduced from 75 to 50, total 100 HP. Cooldown when destroyed increased from 12 to 15 seconds. Okay, so you got to be a little bit more strategic with your Healing Pylon now, or it's going to get popped pretty quick. Solar Rifle, wow. Okay, yeah. Straight nerfs across the board with Olari. Kiriko, cooldown increased from 14 to 15 seconds. A slight nerf for Kiriko. That's not anything crazy, but that's all support nerfs. Lifeweaver. Healing Blossom. Ammo reduced from 20 to 16. Max heal reduced from 75 to 70. Life grip cooldown 16 to 19. That is a hard hit against Lifeweaver. I mean, not only the more often reloads, the less heals. Life grip's 3 more seconds. That's Lifeweaver's total healing. I can't argue with that. I mean, he was, if you look at just the raw numbers, he could out heal any other healer there for a bit. Zenyatta. Base health increase from 50 to 75. A little bit of beefier. Harmony Orb, time to wear off when not in line of sight, increase from 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, so you have a little extra time. You're ducking over when you're a Reaper Tracer. Those types of characters. Orb of Discord can no longer be reapplied to the same target for 7 seconds after the effect has been removed. Interesting. So you have to wait 7 seconds before you can apply it. Okay. Range increase from 30 to 40 meters. You do get a slight range buff on that, though. Ultimately, that is definitely... that's likely to be a nerf. I mean, the base health, though, that's a little of each there for Zen, but that's 7 seconds. That might kill you in certain situations when you're trying to 1v1. That seems like ultimately a nerf to me. All right, and that's going to do it for the character updates here. We got some hero custom control updates. That's going to add, okay, a lot of character-specific control. You always love to see that. That's nice. Rumble updates. Okay. Bug fixes, audio, hero mastery, map fixes. And that is going to be it on this patch. So that is honestly a lot. I did not expect to see so much go down in the DPS and healing department. Not quite as much in the tank. You got Diva with a decent buff, Winston slight buff, Doomfist, pretty big nerf. Other than that, it really hit the supports hard. So I'm interested to see how that pans out and how that like I was saying about Bastion, affects a lot of people's tier lists and what they thought were going to happen for this season. So I'm interested to see what happens there. All right, well, that's going to do it for these Overwatch 2 patch notes. Let me know down in the comments if you think any of these characters are going to be broken, if you think that anybody's going from an S to a D tier, anything like that. I really am interested. But thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care.